Completely windproof. Suddenly goes up in a ball of flames. In fact, there's quite a bit of heat coming off of those. That's what we need on a snowy night, isn't it? Rim on the go. But again, on a snowy night, you'd have all this down. You'd just be in here all the time. And that stuff burning there. Ooh. What that is just one of them log things you can buy. I'll just snap it off. It's a good fuel actually. It's totally green. But the best thing to use in them is bioethanol, but I use methylated spirit. In fact, that stuff works quite well under the wind. Considering it's just sitting in there. But you'd have trouble putting that out. These you can starve of oxygen with that. That you would need to stamp on it or chuck a load of water on it. Whereas that goes straight up. It don't matter how strong the wind blows, it won't go out. It might look like it's gone out, but it ain't. It'll still be flared back up. Once you get them all warmed up, when you first light them, they don't perform like that. You have to wait till they warm up. Once they warm up, there's no stopping them. Well, there is. What you don't want to do though is knock that over. But also, I've seen people on YouTube who fill their things up and then keep the fuel right by the thing. They're asking for trouble. But I think they must be people with no common sense. It's a bit like, I don't know, I was trying to think of an example. What is quite nice is you can put that on it. Obviously that's the shield and the bit that you cook on. Once you've finished, you can put that bit in your tent. It's like a radiator. It's just like radiates heat. But the gas ones, that's why I went to these fuel ones. The gas ones are okay until it gets to winter time, and they don't work in cold temperatures. They work for about 10 seconds. You're not going to make a cup of tea in 10 seconds, are you? In fact, them gas ones are not even worth trying to use in winter. That's why I went for these ones. basically that's not going to be affected by the temperature. I suppose it's safer for people that don't know what these are about. Again, that stuff's doing quite well. I'll show you what that is. It's a brick that you can buy. It's like a fire brick. I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like dog's shit, to be honest with you. Or some kind of animal droppings. Check that out. But it's hideously flammable, that. What I'll do, I'll just sprinkle this on the top. Shit. Saying that, I only have it lit in little sort of bits like that I can control. I suppose if you lit the whole brick up, you'd have a big old fire on your hands. Obviously camping, you only need a little fire. If we get the blowtorch on that, this is the best camping trick. Basically, that burns quite well. I ain't got a clue what that's made out of. It smells like compacted bark off of a tree or something. You get some trees that the bark's quite flammable. Not that you'd be doing that, obviously in a life or death situation, then you might. But the amount of heat that's wafting this way is quite nice actually. I suppose it's alright if the wind's blowing your way. But you can't beat them really. Them burners. And basically one of them sort of filled up with fuel. You could cook your dinner on that, do you know what I mean? Go all night. It's only because I haven't blasting away like that. You've actually got this, look. What this is cat. It's a simmering ring. I'll put it on there. Obviously when you're cooking, you don't want everything on full blast, so what you can do is that shuts up a bit, look. All you do is slip that over. And now you've got like a smaller flame. That's gone out of that one. It's around 410. It's getting windier. In fact, it's getting windier. I'm going to move that over there. There you go. We're just letting them burn out. See, once you've got this on, look, if you put the windshield on, and then you sort of drop your pans in there, that's for the kettle, you can flick that up. But if you get bioethanol, that burns clear, completely clear. But I prefer that. Meths. Bioethanol's okay, but I can't get hold of it straight away. With meths, you can just dive in any kind of DIY shop. We've got one just around the corner there that I'll get mine out of. And again, that log there I got out of Asda's. It's a big old log. I suppose you're supposed to put it in them burners and that people have. Careful I don't set myself alight. No, you're all good, mate. There's nothing there that can get out of control. It's all contained. That stuff's flammable, obviously, but it's not highly flammable. Needs to actually be ignited. You can put a cigarette out in that stuff and it won't go up. Whereas you couldn't do that with petrol. This is what we use. Methylated spirit. You get them Trangier, that's what that's called, a Trangier. That's the Trangier set. They're sort of the best ones in the world that you can buy. As you can see, you can cook anywhere, in whatever. Well, yeah, you could even cook in the rain because you'd have your thing on top of there. But not that you want to be cooked. You can pull this right out though. It's still going, that brick stuff. But I find that smoulders a bit and then smokes right out because I have to extinguish everything. Then I just starve the air of it, but that smokes right out when I put it out. What's quite nice, once you finish cooking, you can take the top bit off. It's like a radiator, chuck it in your tent. I guess I'll have to go and look at that church tomorrow, the one that Guy wants me to do. He wants a full survey on it. With 360 pictures. Which means I'll have to get right over the church with my drone and it just does it automatically when I hit the right buttons. Yeah, he wants a complete full survey, all the brickwork. But I didn't quote him a price yet until I see the size of the church. But I believe it's in Gillingham. Might be the one down by the town, possibly. Which I've already flew around. But I've got sensors on the drone, so I'll be able to get right up close to it, but I'll turn them off. Well, to be honest, I won't have to go that close to it because my drone's got a very good camera system. But it sounds, the way he was talking to me was a complete thorough. He wants me to also look out for things and put them down. So I posted the prices earlier. If you can see that, that's what the going rates are. But I'll do him a good deal. Do you know what I mean? Do him a good first deal and a good job, and then he's going to have you again, isn't he? Well, that's the way I'm looking at it. And there's obviously word of mouth where he might tell someone else. But I think he goes around doing up churches. Saying that, I did put in the post that I turn me around to anything, weddings, buildings, people. In fact, I think I'm going to be in quite high demand because I think I'm quite new to the game. I got in early, if you get me. Get up there and crash the old drone right through the old church roof. Yeah. No chance of that with the DJI stuff. I think you're saying that my drone did drop out of the sky and went right into the water. They sent me out another one, so it's all good. That's the one I got now, which is really good. Plus, to be honest, when you're surveying stuff, you're in the slowest mode. It's got like a cine mode on it. And what the cine mode does is like professional filming. So you sort of it goes slower. So I'll use that. But I can't see it taking me more than a couple of hours. But I've got 2 batteries and that'll keep me, well, one battery lasts me about 40 minutes and that's going to flat out everywhere, sort of in the sky. So I'm hoping I'll get more out of it, but I might have to charge up, who knows. He wants high quality video and pictures. I'll just start it off recording and it goes straight to the SD card on the drone. And that's 8K and 4K. Be a good earner, that will. I'm tempted to even, the first few jobs I get, invest the money into the bigger drone, but I really want to wait till I pass this exam that I'm doing at the minute. Because I can still do everything what I need to with the little drone. But what the exams that I'm doing now, what that enables me to do then is fly big drones where I fly my little drones. Which is right close to people. It's close to people, it's far away from people, but I'm lucky where I'm in a what's called a Class 0 drone, so it's under 250 grand. You still got to be licensed, but I can fly basically all over the place. You can also film people that have got nothing to do with your video. It's amazing what you can do. So you go watch the embers blowing off that one. That's what I was on about. It don't go out, you know what I'm saying? If you was out somewhere in the bush or something. So what I do is put this on it. And it just smokes right out of that. Dark wicker now. Sure. Yeah, but I'm early to the game in doing this kind of work. I'm passing the exams because they've only been out a year. So you're a little bit wrong there. That's okay. I'm not offended or anything, man. It's all good. At least you're not writing about chopping. Some guy on here the other day was on about chopping people up, man. He made some religious comment and then went on about chopping people up. So I had to block him. Well, it didn't even let what he said come up. But kind of none of that shit on here, man. At the end of the day, you'll come out your mother. It's as simple as that. Well, that's my outlook on it. And if you didn't come out of your mother's womb, then I don't know. You must be some kind of miracle birth. I'm keeping very well, thank you, to be honest with you. I am now the weather's cooled down a bit. When it was really hot, it was a bit too much for me. And I've managed to locate my cousin who lives around here, which is quite nice. And I just thought I'd put out about the drone thing and got a job straight away. See, with the drones at the minute, it's all about using your initiative because they can be turned to do so many things. Like in the future, not far away either, they're doing tests at the minute. All Amazon deliveries and that, and fast food deliveries, Deliveroo, there ain't going to be no bloke on a moped no more. It'll be a drone, and that's true. I'm actually properly clued up on the technology. They're actually doing trials. Saying that, they've still got to abide by the same rules as me. They've still got to be licensed. I think a lot of them will be what's called automated. So it'll be pre-programmed, but there's still got to be someone there at the end. That's what's happening now with the Ukrainians and the Russians. They're becoming sort of AI'd. Because what the Russians were doing, the Ukrainians were blocking them, jamming the signal from the controller. And the Russian drones were just falling out of the sky. So what the Russians then did is you get fibre optic cable, really thin cable. They were running them off of cables, so it couldn't jam the signal because the signal was going through the cable. Yeah, drone warfare, eh? You get like what's called a swarm of drones. That's when you get like 400 drones just all attacking somewhere. But I see the Yanks, right? The Yanks, I watched this thing where the Yanks flew 400 drones, right, all towards this area. And this geezer had these kind of panels up and he pressed his button. And no lie, they all dropped out of the sky like dead birds. But that's not going to stop wave after wave, and you've got to deploy it in the right areas. That's not gonna, do you know what I mean? Because that's the way the old drones are going. And the submarines will be like that as well. They'll be all automated. There won't be no one on them. Crazy, isn't it? The Ukrainians, where then the first few goggles, they do about 300 miles an hour straight into the Russian tank. They even use DJI ones because they hover right up high and they can spot the Russian soldiers in the bushes, like trying not to move. That must be pretty scary hearing the buzzing, but But the reason that we've got drones now is because the guy that owns DJI, the young kid he was, the military tried robbing it and buying it off him, but he refused to give it to the military, to the Chinese military. So he released it to the people, and that's why there's now a thing called droning. But some countries it's completely banned, but in my country we live in quite a free country, so I've got quite a few rights. It's like at night, I can fly at night. In Australia they're like banned flying at night. In some countries it's just completely outlawed. Then they're probably fucking living in some sort of dictatorship where they're just being told, no, you can't do that, you can do that. But basically, it's all governed by the same people that govern the airplanes. In fact, you know, if I'm flying my drone, someone interferes with me, it's actually a really serious criminal offence. Not that anybody ever has. Some people, some droners like to bring the drone down before they talk to people, but I can talk to people and still fly my drone, so it's all good. Then again, it does help if you've grown up. I played a lot of scale. I went to a Scale Electrics club when I was a kid, like model car racing, where you're using your hands. I think that does help. So all these kids on the Xboxes and all that should be experts at it, really. Then again, there's a lot more to it. It's judging. You know, when you're up in the sky, judging things is a lot different. I just like to just go flat out in sports mode. But then when I'm going flat out in sports mode, I'm always really high up, so I'm not going to hit anything. Because all your sort of sensors and that, as soon as you hit sports mode, they'll turn off because you're going too quick. But some of them FPV drones, they're doing like 200, 300 mile an hour. You must literally go from one end of the sky all over the place. But I've not tried one of them. Mine does about 45, 50 mile an hour, which is fast enough. But the main ones, you can build them yourself, you see. And obviously I've got that early DJI one, which is the naughty one, which DJI have locked us all into what the law is, 120 metres altitude. But the early ones still go to 500. But once you get to 500, you're up there with the planes. But saying that, I've had planes coming at me and I've had to get out of the way, and helicopters. And hand gliders. They use the same airspace as what I use. And basically the legal entities on me to get out of the way of whatever's in front of me, because obviously I'm going to be able to throw my drone around quicker than the plane. But normally I've seen the planes and I've gone down, but then once I see the plane and he was actually lower than me, so I couldn't go down, so I instantly went up. But yeah, I suppose with my ADHD I'm pretty quick reaction. Then again, so would you be, wouldn't you, if you was looking at a plane coming at you? But that's one of the questions in the test, is like, if you were flying your drone and you was flying, you could see a plane coming right at you at the same level, what would you do? Would you A, accelerate quicker into it? Would you B, just stay where you are? Or would you C, get out the way? You know what I mean? It's common sense, isn't it? Hopefully I haven't got to tell anybody the answer. You whack it in sports mode. Get out of the way, man. But I'd already be in sports mode, so I'll have a head start. That's getting really breezy out here. And I haven't tied my tent down, but it is all pegged down. Let me torch then. Don't need none of that. You need to tidy that up there. It's all brass as well. That's getting colder as well, I think. It might be just because I'm running in my shorts. Yeah, that is getting colder. Don't need nothing out of there, but what we've got to do is undo all this curtain. Then it basically all zips together. On the bottom.
Chelsea have possession. There's 2 minutes before the break. Here is Palmer, right side. Looking up. Rogers wanted it infield and Champol a little bit short with Palmer, but that's close to count well. But Chelsea recover through Lavia and then a Champol again. And I'm sure Xabi Alonso will be thinking to himself, actually, if it hadn't been for that mishap by the goalkeeper and Lavia switching off and allowing King to run into that position, it might have been the big first 45 minutes. They lead by 2 goals to 1. Christo trying to run in behind. Cuenca goes towards him and gets there first with the full ball out by him. And Rogers gives it to Palmer, edge of the area, tries to bend one. The teasing ball, which was about a foot wide of the post in the edge, but he curled that viciously out from his left foot towards the far post. He had the confidence to take that shot on. Too far away. Yeah, Cuenca's made a few little errors, hasn't he, in the first half. Great effort from Palmer, so clever. Let's see the Fulham 1, Chelsea 2 on Talk Forward Enterprise Radical, whatever it is they're here for.
This ground's getting a bit soft.
And, well, most teams have been here for it today, haven't they? All over the top by...
I was like concrete trying to put them pegs in the heat. Then again, give it a month and we'll all be swimming around out there. That's just the Russians haven't nuked us. I think he's threatened to nuke us all again. It was about annihilating us in his last statement. What a crazy leader, eh? dangerous, really, isn't it? Where he keeps saying that we're going to annihilate Britain, but we know he's a bullshitter. So, plus, he knows we can annihilate him. We got nuclear submarines, you know what I mean? We know where his ones are. Chase cats and seagulls. I'll tell you what, bruv. You take my drone out at night and just let it buzz. All the cats come out. They love it. I don't know whether that'd be in your licence conditions though, but it certainly isn't in there. What I do now, we've got to get the radio. I'm still doing all my records in here. Oh. Oh, we already brought that in then. I think. That's all good. That's really breezy. Breezy, eh? Hello Mike, how you doing? My name's Philip for 1 hour. I started doing these ones, doing the madness ones, but what we're doing at the minute, we're just putting little white stickers on. We've got a couple that are priced that we've done here earlier, which was just the madness one. We did another one, didn't we? But anyway, we've got to do a lot. Oh yeah, we did this one as well. Right? So we've got to put madness in the book, in my new folders, which are up there, I think. They're here anyway. What we're doing, we're scanning them, seeing what the price comes up, whopping the price on, and then the number. This is number 1, and this is the big Madness box set that I waited for with the Mad record. Also got the Terry Hill tribute floppy disk in it, which is there, and it's also got the 2 CDs in it, and that is currently valued at £68. I didn't pay £68. I paid a lot less. See what I mean? This is why I'm in the game. This is why I keep saying to people, you want to make a few quid, follow me for a year. You follow me for a year. And buy what I buy. But then after the year I don't get out, you get out. And see what you make. You make loads of money. Anyway, this one, look. I'm well surprised with this one. This compilation on the red vinyl. Double album. I certainly didn't pay £65.25p for it. I paid about 40 quid. So can you see where I'm coming from? Why as I've got older, I've looked at it as an investment. Even though, really, it was just buying records because I like it, because that's what we did growing up. Specials. What we've got to do with the specials, like we did with Ghost Town now, we've got the stickers, which are, I'll show you exactly what I'm trying to achieve. Right, we roll the stickers, right, which we searched everywhere for. Right, you've got the specials there, though, haven't you? The 40th anniversary copy. So what we're going to do, they've got covers on them. We're going to cover that up like that. We're going to put another one to the other side, and all that's going to be on that one is the number. On here, we'll scan it. I've got a lot of them already scanned, and just whack the price on there. See what I'm saying? And once that's done, obviously they've got a number on them, and then boom, boom, boom. What I'm doing down here, I've got all my new paper and folders that I bought. So what we'll do is we'll sort of put here number 1, which is Madness. We'll put the price. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm doing? I'm basically indexing them, or where many people would use a computer probably nowadays. I'm still, probably because of my ADHD and that, I've always done it this way. But I'm pretty creative with a pen, so I quite like writing and still, and yeah. It basically, what we're going to get at the end of it is a valuation of it, because what we're going to do, we're going to go through all of them. The beat, the whole lot, Madness, and then once we do that, we're then going to go through the singles. And then once we've got all them prices together, we can add it all up and see what I really have got, because I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I know I was inputting into discography, got to about 4 or 5 grand. I just got bored of doing it, but I had plenty more to put on there. I didn't even put the singles on there. But you get the odd single, like get out, Gangsters, at 400 quid. But there's only 2,000 proper ones. Where's Gangsters, man? I've been buying up a few copies. See, there's certain records that if I see, you'll see I've got doubles of, like Live at the Moonlight Club by the Specials, because I know how rare they are, because I know the market. So anything rare, just grab it, basically. But down here, what we got here then? We just got shit loads, man. Ghost Town. Where have I put that? I've got records everywhere, man, in a minute. But we're getting organised, you know what I'm saying? And tonight I'm going to order my stylist, because I get paid tonight. Yeah, it'll take a while to add it all up, but it'd be nice to know what I've got. And like I say, it's all got to go one day. Wouldn't want to die or fucking have someone get hold of it who just didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? I've always looked at it, when I'm an old man, I'm going to cash it all up and enjoy myself. And when I got to about 25, I had shitloads of records, and I said to my old man, it's pointless putting money in the bank. There ain't no interest, you know what I mean? What will it be worth when I'm fucking 60, a loaf of bread? So I just bought records. And what you get with a record, you get something at the end of it. It doesn't just go to nothing. You see what I'm saying? I suppose I'm lucky in the fact that my mum that made that record there, and various other ones, and they're all Scouse girls, man. I've kind of been brought up in that world, because obviously my mum was very musical, and I was her youngest kid, and I was her favourite kid. So we was very musical, which is probably why I'm sitting here on loads of music. But my mum's music, right? Worth more than the Specials, trust me. But that album there, that's from Abbey Road Studios, that one. It's got there all the other shows that were on TV. But yeah, that's worth hundreds of pounds. I'll tell you what I've got as well. I've got a lot of beat records signed by Rankin Roger. But it's hard trying to. Obviously, if you've got a beat album, say it's worth 30 quid, the first press. What is it worth with Rankin Roger's signature on it? It's hard for me to work out, to be honest with you. Mad, isn't it? Obviously, it's worth more, but how much more? It's got to be quite a bit more, isn't it, really, to have the main man's. It's like having a specials album with Terry Hall's signature on it. You know what I mean? But it's going to bang the value up, isn't it? Yeah, there's some mad collectors out there. I thought I was crazy, but I've looked at people's collections and all they're doing is collecting Too Much Too Young, but about 60 different copies of it all around the world. And I've said to them, wow, you got one mad collection. And they've looked at all mine and gone, well, you've got one mad collection, but I collect all the albums, I collect everything. But some people specialise in just one tune. It's crazy. And did you know that 50% of vinyl buyers don't even own a record player? Crazy, eh? But you got them people out there that buy the vinyl, don't open it, don't play it. They're gonna get the most money. They're maximising it, but they don't love it. You know what I mean? They don't. Me, the first thing I'm doing, mate, when I get home, is ripping the record out, and I'm slamming it on the fucking Techniques deck there. Do you know what I'm saying? So what if you've played it? It's still be in mint condition, but proper mint is unopened, unplayed. Then you get very good and all that. Do you know what I mean? But that's the way you grade records. Saying that, I look after my records, as people say. I put my spray on, give them a wipe round. But yeah, I'd like someone, well, the guy in the shop down the road said he'd buy all my records, but I'd like to get rid of the whole lot, the whole two-tone, all in one swoop. The singles, everything in one go. Obviously, selling it one by one, you're going to make the most money, but you know what I mean? I'll be dead by that time I get through selling all them, so I'm just going to go boom, all in one go. Do I have any picture discs? I do, my friend, yeah. In fact, I've just sold some David Bowie ones, but I've actually got down here some Thompson Twins picture discs. But my David Bowie ones were the bollocks, and I've got some Madness ones as well, I'll show you in a minute. These are my Thompson Twins ones. Who remembers them? The Thompson Twins. In fact, I quite like this one. There's another two here. There's that one there. There's around. Oh, that nearly come out. And I've sold my David Bowie one, and then put them back in for a specials album. But I do believe in my new records we got a pile of Madness fucking picture discs, which are going to be over here. I've been buying that many records. It's mad, isn't it, how I've ended up here and everything that's happened has happened. Because I had no choice. I didn't think I was coming here, man. It's not like I suggested it. They just put me in the computer and this is where it's come out. Yeah, I've come here, right? The postcode's 1DJ, right? My aunt used to live down there. My dad's been all over this place. I found the best record. Obviously, I go to a lot of record shops. This geezer's got the best two-tone selection I've ever seen. And now I've got myself a drone job. And I'm going on a date, I think. But she's not from Gillingham. My mate Louise. What's that? You ain't no geezer. Well, I'm not trying to be. What do you mean by geezer? I don't know. Put user in timeout. 24 hours. I don't know. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just me, mate. You obviously just got issues with that. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, you got issues. Just fuck off and find another channel, and sweet as, easy job done. I don't know. It's all good. People trying to, you know what I mean, get a bit of success. People try and piss on your little parade. But to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm too old for that shit. If you want to insult me, man, come and knock on my door, man, and insult me. But you can't do that, can you? So there you go. All you can do is come up with not even good insults, really. Crazy, eh? Anyway, I'm gonna have a joint. Anyway, all you trolls and fucking brain dead people that pop up, don't get me wrong, 99.9% of my subscribers, lovely, intelligent people, do you know what I mean? But we've got the odd few that just fucking brain dead, morons. Really, they should all join a group called the Moron Group. Then they can all just be morons together. They'll all be on the same sort of educational wavelength. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. Not. I don't know. And half the comments don't get through anyway because I've got like a security thing on here. And when they start abusing me, it's not even real abuse, man. It's not even proper fucking. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. I don't know. Get yourself a girlfriend, man, because I'm gonna. In fact, I might even get with your girlfriend, man. I bet your girlfriend's sleeping with other fucking fellas. Because you're just too fucking sad. Yeah, man. I bet his missus has divorced him. Fucking, I don't know. But yeah. You'll get to meet my friend Louise. And, yeah. But she's not from this area. I just thought last night I had some urge to, I said, do you fancy coming out then? Then today she's answered me, when? So it looks like we're going to go out soon. Yeah, she's heavily into like rave music. Same sort of era that I listened to when I was out partying. In fact, she stood out there partying. But I think she does some promotional work and that within the raves. I've only ever sort of DJ'd. Yeah. I played on about 5 different radio stations, all rave stations. Genesis FM, Dance Project Radio, fucking struggling to remember them now. Slammer FM. What else is there? Genesis 88. I'll play for someone else, but I can't think who it is. That's basically where I just used to broadcast out my decks into the mixer, into the computer, stream it out. In fact, I'll post a few of my old flyers and that up from my shows. I used to do shows every week. I used to play all sorts of old school, sort of rave music. But yeah, crazy, eh? It's that crazy that I'm going to have a joint. I'll tell you what, my mate from Chatham, who's my new pal with the weed, He's doing me a really good deal tomorrow. He said, do you like that stuff, Phil? We've hit it straight off. He's from like North Wales, nearly literally, I keep telling him. He laughed when I fucking told him I could come out of a Scouser. He's from like North Wales, right up near Liverpool. Some of his words keep coming out like a Scouser's. Fucking. So yeah, you got instant trust there, do you know what I mean? That's why I'm getting along with a lot of people out there, because I know what the coup is, and they know what the coup is. Do you know what I mean? They can tell someone's whatever. And I didn't grow up on the correct side of the track, trust me. So all that out there don't really faze me. It interests me. Social things interest me. Yeah. But saying that, it's pretty dangerous out there, so I'm told. I ain't looking at one now. I went to the most dangerous bit of Birmingham, mate, and fucking loved it. I thought the people was as sweet as a nut. To me. Fucking. Saying that, I've had a few come out of the bushes, man. Skinhead girls. Indeed, mate, so I just let that through. Yeah, I've had a couple of big dark geezers come out of the dark, but then they got next to me and realised I'm bigger than them. A couple of them, and walked by, but I'm pretty sure they were planning saying, until they get near me, and then they can see that I'm game, do you know what I mean? Especially the ones down the town that night when the fella said to me, oh, they go around robbing people. One of them said, what you done to your head? I said, that's well, I was bottled in a fight. I was fighting one geezer, another geezer bottled me, and because I think that put them off. There's three of them robbing people. I think that put them off because obviously they know that I can have a fight, and they're looking for people that can't have a fight. And apparently, this kid told me, he said they follow him up the road and rob him. Fucking follow me up the road, mate. I'd fucking be on them before we're even up the road. I'm on, if someone's following me out there, I'm turning around and going, no, you fucking, you know what I mean? What are you following me for? I'm not one of them people that would look around like that and get all paranoid, start going a bit quicker. I'd just turn right around and confront them. I don't give a fuck, man. You know what I mean? Because the way I look at it, whatever they're going to do to me, I can do to them. And there's such a thing now as a preemptive strike, which is if you feel a bit threatened out there, you're allowed to bang, get one in on them, knock them out first. It's called a preemptive strike. Not that I've had to do any of that. I think all the bad boys out there, they're alright with me. Do you know what I mean? But they're new school. I'm old school. Do you know what I mean? I've seen I've been talking to a few old school people out there. But crazy, eh? I've gone from a quiet little countryside village right into the hood. Right into the worst parts of Kent. But, do you know what I mean? I think because I got through in... My first trip into Medway was fucking Rochester Prison when I was a young offender. So, do you know what I mean? I was kind of... baptised into it all at an early age, man. And when you're going into prison and young offenders, you're either going to walk through the door and everyone's looking at you and it's going to break you and you're just going to fucking be in your room crying your eyes out. Or you're going to think, right, fuck you cunts, let's have it, let's do it. And that's the way I looked at it. Before I even left Tunbridge, the way I had it in my head, I thought, right, I ain't going to let no other fucking youth touch me, and I'm not going to let no other fucking screw touch me. And that was my motto. But then I've come from the street, do you know what I mean? But you can see people in jail that have not come from that life, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Different classes and that. Whereas all the yobbos grow up, the council estate kids just grow up on the street, dragged up on the street. Yeah, but all these posh boys, they're in there, man, and you can see they're very, very unnerved, you know what I mean? As they would be, because they've never been around anything like that, criminals or stuff. But I admit the first time I walked in there, yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking, but you don't show that, do you know what I mean? Stare at them and fucking walk on. That's what I do. Fucking. But yeah, it's not very nice. But prison now, with TVs and all that stuff, and the toilets. When I went in there, right, as a young offender, you had fuck all, mate. They give you a bucket to do the number ones and the number twos in. So I remember the first time I went back in there when they had the tellies in there. I thought, fucking hell, this is cushy. Do you know what I mean? You were lucky to get a book or a radio in the olden days, but it's too free in there now, man. You know what I mean? It should get back to the old days, mate. Fucking. But it was a lot mellower, see. I've been in Canterbury prison before. That's what got all the smack and all the spice in that. What happened was all the prisons, like Canterbury, the screws used to let all the Herberts have a spliff and walk along. I mean, because it was all chilled. Everyone was chilled. And then what they did, they brought in the drug tests. And what that made people do is because cannabis is in your system for a long time, they was all getting on the crack and smacks. It's out of your system, and that's what's caused that. But yeah, prison used to be quite a mellow place. But then I went to Elmley, like new school, and it's just full of fucking animals, man. That can't even fucking string a sentence. Really uneducated people in there. And am I having a diss at them for being uneducated? Yeah, the ones that fucking got brain capacity to get educated. Someone's got learning issues, and fair enough. But that's what I think. But I don't know. In fact, I'd quite like to work with these youths and that out there who are getting in trouble and that. I'll speak to a few of them out there, up to mischief and that. And I can relate to that. I bet a lot of them, one parent families, not a lot of direction there. Do you know what I mean? Probably feel more of a family in their gang. And they need educating in other things. Music's a good way of taking them off the street. Especially in London, where it's different here. Where you got the postcode wars and gang. I mean, I was in a gang when I was a youth, but we had a big village gang. We used to fight other villages. Whereas now, in London, you're blowing away the kid you went to school with, because he lives in fucking up the next road. You've got a different postcode. I don't quite get that. And when they get to jail, it carries on in there as well. But they'd be a lot stronger unit if they all got together, wouldn't they? And stop killing. Because they're killing people who live like up the next street because their postcode's different. Yet they'd all have gone to the same schools. Fucking fucked up, isn't it? Fucked right up. Hang on, I've got some more messages that. I'm totally two-tone, mate. I missed the early. Don't get me wrong. Desmond Decker, fucking all them early ones are the pioneers. It's before my time, though, brother. I was born in '71. You're on about the first wave of ska, aren't you? I missed that, man. I got the two-tones, all I needed. You went to Sedbury Park Approved School. I bet fucking that was bad at times. Hello there from China. We were just talking about my DJI drone. Hello there. And hello from England. A very cold, dark England, man. 1 minute we have a heat wave, the next minute I'm shutting the windows, man. From Cornwall. Never been there. It's at the West Country. I've got to make sure that drone's on charge, man. And I've been trying to fly right. I bought this other DJI one, the old school ones, man. I got the new ones, but I bought one of them Phantoms, a Phantom 3 Pro. It's just mad, man. But legally, I can fly it, so it's all good. Hang on, I'll spin the camera around. Look at that bad boy. Look at the size of them propellers. It's got a nice light show on it though. So I'll press the button. Gosh. That was your DJI's first kind of drones. But yeah. Quite a weight. And then I've got my Mini 4K. DJI Mini 4K. Totally capable, this is. Brilliant little drone. And then in here we've got another one. We've got the DJI, what's this one? Mini Mavic. And that's my naughty one. That still goes up to 500 meters. And then this is the one I'm going to be doing my work with, which is my new drone, which is the DJI Leto, which is all you need, man. All you need is one of these. That's what I'm going to be doing my work with. Obstacle avoidance, wicked camera. It's just completely bigger than the mini drones. Again. I'll show you the camera. Take the gimbal cover off. You watch this when I shake it about. It'll start moving. It's mad how it works. In fact, you can move it and it will fucking move around. Gone drone bonkers. Yeah. Well, saying that, I've got a job now doing it. So I've got some surveying work. These are the future, man. Honestly, I've got in it early. Drones are the future. But if I were you, I would learn on an Amazon cheap drone and then get a DJI. Because going from a cheap Amazon drone to a DJI, it's like going from, I don't know, what can we say? Like going from a mini car into a Ferrari. But yeah. And totally legal to buy in England and all over Britain. But I think the Yanks are banning them all. They're getting paranoid. Old Trump doesn't like it. Because the best drones come from DJI, it's as simple as that. And obviously the Americans like to think that they are the best at everything. In fact, we make quite good drones. The Ukrainians make quite good drones. Obviously, the Chinese make quite good drones. But that's why we've got drones, because the Chinese kid that invented DJI, he wouldn't give it to the military. He gave it to the people, and that's why we now can fly drones. Well, some countries are banned, but where I come from in England, we live in quite a free country. But then again, my granddad and probably some other people's granddads have fought so we can be in a free country, if you get me. I think the Chinese military wanted it, but he was having none of it. Now look at him. They got the market, man. It's because they're just miles ahead, man. Miles ahead. You think what DJI sells me? You think what they get in their back cupboard and that, back in the back locker they're working on? It's probably crazy shit, man. Get some of that out. I'll have some of that. But yeah, amazing. And the cameras and the quality in that on them is just mind blowing. All that return to home and all that stuff, you can't lose it. If you're using your fucking DJI drone correctly, you can't lose it, man. You can't lose it. It comes back every time. Fucking, especially these ones. This has got like a 15k range, which would be completely out of my line of sight. Because obviously legally we have to have it in the line of sight. Yeah, the future is drones. Give it another 10 years. They're doing trials at the minute, Amazon, the delivery companies. It's all being tested, man. I do remember you, mate, because you asked me that last time. Yeah, all your food deliveries, it won't be Deliveroo, little kid on a motorbike anymore. It'll be the drone buzzing outside. And that can all be automated, man. It can all be pre-programmed, but they still have to have someone there watching it. And they still will have to abide by the rules, which I do. But yeah, and I've no doubt, well, there already is. There's big drones that you can sit in and like zzz, go up. That's where they'll go. You know, I mean, it's too congested down there. The next thing, there'll be drones you can buy, trust me, and get in and fly up and fly around in. Trust me, it's coming. And it's a lot nearer than what you think. Make a killing, dropping off to prison. Yeah, they banned that though now. I'm banned from, it'll come up red. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Imagine how good I could be at that. I could fly right to their window, I could fly right in their window if it was big enough. Yeah, you imagine what drugs they were getting dropped off. Big fucking bags of weed, all of it, man. So, but it must have had them drones. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. My phone is going to critically shut down. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Whatever you're doing, keep away from them drones.